welcome to part 2 of this functional Pilates class. We're going to come now onto your hands and knees. Knees right under each of your hips, hands under each of your shoulders. Find lovely length in your spine, so make sure the hands aren't too close to the legs. The middle finger lines up with the middle of the wrist. The elbows a little bit soft rather than locked, and then the tummy drawing up towards the spine to support your lower back. I want you to see if you can bring your left foot forwards just to the outside of the left hand. It could be a little wider, it could be further back. Don't panic if you can't get it right next to the left hand. And then I want you to take your left arm out to the side and twist your upper body right up to the ceiling. So you're looking up the length of your left arm, pushing down into your right hand, and just holding this for a few breaths. As you breathe in and out, keep reaching the arms in opposite directions. Keep twisting the upper body, trying to bring the left shoulder or left arm directly above the right one. And then gently untwist and step the left knee back. We swap sides. Right foot steps forward, somewhere near the right hand. Remember, to the outside of the hand, not the inside. Then take the right arm outside and upwards, twisting the upper body. You're looking up towards the hand, twisting as much as is comfortable in the body, keeping the right knee pointing forwards, the right hand right above the left hand. Take 2 more breaths, and then gently untwist as you come back. Step the right knee back. We're going to do another of these sets. You can do it exactly the same, or we're going to make it a little bit more challenging by floating the back knee off the mat. So when you step your left foot forwards this next time, you're going to tuck your back toes under and lift the back knee. So you're in a really low lunge position here. Then you do the same movement, exactly the same. Left hand comes up and you twist your upper body. Looking up to the left arm, pushing down into the right arm. Keep that left knee pointing forwards. You could push back into your right heel. Take 1 more breath. And then untwist. Lower the back knee down. Lower the left knee back. And we do 1 more on the right side. The right foot steps forwards. Back toes tuck under and the back knee lifts. Find that lovely low lunge position. And then take the right arm up and twist in this direction. The left hand pushes down, right arm reaches up. You're breathing wide and full. Keeping that right knee pointing forwards, left heel pushing back. Take 1 more breath there, and then gently untwist. Lower the back knee down, bring the right knee back under your hip. And if it feels good for your body, you can sit all the way back into rest position, resting your head on your hands if that feels nice. Or you could reach the arms out in front, or bring the arms to your sides. And just take some lovely breaths to release tension. From there, we'll connect the tummy roll back up to low kneeling. Come back into 4-point kneeling. And let's come into our rippling cat. So this is really nice to get some movement through the spine, in flexion. And we're going to start off by coming into your cat. We're rounding the spine from the tailbone, bone by bone to the head. You're taking a full breath in there. And then you breathe out and sit halfway back towards the feet, keeping the tummy drawing in. Then the spine straightens, the tummy relaxes a little bit more, and you shift forwards back to your starting position. The tummy re-engages at the beginning. So we breathe out, curl into your cat. Breathe in as you hold the cat. Breathe out as you sit halfway back. Breathe in to straighten your spine. Breathe out to shift forwards. So let's do 3 more sets, moving at your own pace. Feeling that lovely length into the back, especially as you shift back, holding that cat position. The whole of the spine is mobilizing. which is really, really nice for it. Also the hips and shoulders getting a little bit of flexion as well. One last set. As you shift forward this final time, we're going to go back either just to low kneeling, releasing off the wrists, or you can come right down again into your rest position, or if you prefer, you can be high up on the knees in high kneeling. Give your wrists a little circle or a shake out if you need to. And then from there, we're going to come down into relaxation position. So grab head cushions if you need them. Otherwise, just bring yourself down onto the floor. We're going to start off with a nice little exercise to initially just mobilize through the hip sockets themselves. So gently come down onto your back into your relaxation position. Feet are just hip width apart and parallel, knees pointing to the ceiling. Arms are relaxing to your sides. Palms can rest on the floor, or you could have the palms up to the ceiling if that feels more open for your chest. Then feel the weight through the back of the head, the rib cage, and the tailbone. Those 3 points, the heaviest points of your body onto the mat. The lower spine has its natural curve. The neck has its natural curve. So you want to encourage those rather than having cushions right under the shoulders. They're just behind the neck, and your pelvis is in neutral so that you're not deliberately pushing your lower back into the mat. From there, let's bring the legs one at a time into double knee fold position, gently engaging the tummy. Then you're going to let the feet just drop down and hang towards the mat. So the knees are staying nice and high, they're right above the hips, but the feet are really relaxed and floppy here. And then we're going to do some really relaxed toe taps. So the feet will, or 1 foot at a time, will tap the floor underneath the leg. So the thigh bone will move just a little bit forwards in order to find the floor through the big toes. This is a fairly relaxed exercise at the moment because it doesn't take much effort for the leg to go forwards and to find the floor through the toe. Just breathe as you feel you need to. Don't hold the breath. You've got a little bit of connection through the tummy just to support the lower back. Then we're going to start to speed up the movement. So maybe now there's a feeling that you're going for a fast walk, or maybe a little bit of a jog. So the legs start to move a little quicker inside the hips, but you're still maintaining that neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Maybe you want to go for a fast jog, or maybe a bit of a run. The legs move quicker. The quicker the legs move, the more you have to work into your center, keeping the rest of the body as still as you can. There's a little bit of shifting and moving that's only natural, but as long as the back isn't losing its shape. You can go as fast as you want, keeping as much rhythm as you can. And then slow it down again. Take as many breaths as you need to just soothe the body. Finishing with those really slow little toe taps. By now probably starting to feel those hip flexor muscles working in the front of the hips. And when you finish that last set to each leg, draw the knees towards the chest if that feels good, and just give the legs a little hug, releasing through the lower back, relaxing the muscles of the hips. From there, we're going to bring your we're going to keep hold of the right leg, and now we're just focusing on the left leg. So let's straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling, flex the left foot, and lower the leg all the way down to the mat. When the leg reaches the floor, bend the knee, slide the leg back in. So left leg extends to the ceiling, flex the foot, lower the leg all the way down. Bend the knee, slide the leg back in. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in to bend the knee, breathe out to lift it up. Let's do 2 more sets. When you've finished here, give both legs a little hug. Now keep hold of the left leg and extend the right leg to the ceiling. Flexing the foot, the leg lowers down to the mat. And then bend the knee, slide the leg back in. Reaching high to the ceiling. Flex the foot, lower the leg down. Bend the knee, slide the leg back in. We do 4 more sets. Moving with the breath. A nice rhythm of movement with the rhythm of the breath. It also slows us down a little bit, so the movement's more deliberate. I think we have 1 last set to go. When you finish this final one, give both knees a little hug, and then one at a time, rest the feet back down to the mat. Readjust the spine if you need to. Again, just adjust the head cushions if you want to. But come back to neutral pelvis, neutral spine. We're going to do a few spine curls here. So the arms will lengthen to your sides, the palms are down to the floor, but still there's that lovely connection through the back of the arms, the back of the shoulders. Now we tilt the pelvis towards the face, press your lower back into the mat, and then keeping the bottom squeezing, we lift the bottom, we lift the lower back, coming up onto the chest. Take a breath in there, and then breathe out as you roll back down again, bone by bone by bone. Take a breath in at the bottom, breathe out as you come back up. Breathing in at the top, and breathing out to come back. We're going to now add in a knee fold to the movement. So the next time you come into your spine curl, transfer the weight into the left leg, bring the right leg into a knee fold, and then lower the foot back down, and holding that position, left leg floats up. Lower the foot back down, and then let the spine roll back into the mat, bone by bone. We're going to lead with the left leg this next time, so you're coming into your spine curl. Keeping the weight into the chest, hold that position. Left leg floats up. Lower the foot back down. Keeping the hips level and lifted, right leg comes up. And lower the leg back down. And then roll the spine all the way back into the mat. This next time we're going to come back up. We're going to bring the right leg into a knee fold, extend the leg to the ceiling, now roll the spine all the way back into the floor. And then bend the knee, rest the foot, the pelvis comes back level. So we tilt the pelvis, lift the bottom, lift the spine. Left leg floats up, extend the leg, keep the leg as long and as high as you can as you roll down through the spine. Bend the knee, rest the foot. We do 1 last set to each side. Breathing out to come up, breathe in there, breathe out to lift the leg, breathe in to extend, and breathe out to roll all the way back down. Breathe into center. Breathe out, final spine curl. Breathe in to float the left leg up. Sorry, breathe out to float it up. Breathe in to extend, and breathe out to roll all the way down. And then release back to the center. Rest the foot. You could either give the legs a hug to the chest, or you might want to stretch out the hamstrings and just let the backs of the legs relax for a moment. We've got 2 last little exercises on our back here. We're going to come into an oblique twist next to work through the tummy, and again connecting diagonally across the body through those muscles of the obliques. So bring your legs if you want to, or you could leave them here, or come into a double knee fold position, feet together and knees apart. Then take the hands behind your head, interlacing the fingers together. I'm going to show you from a different angle. It might be easier to see the rotation. So from here, you're going to come into your curl up, and then you twist your upper body to the right. So that right shoulder comes closer to the left hip. Sorry, I've gone the other way. So let's do that again. So you're coming into a twist. This time go to the left, right shoulder to the left hip, and then recenter, roll back down. Try and keep the pelvis as flat as you can. It's just the upper body curling up. Then it's that rotation. So left shoulder to the right hip, untwist, and roll back down. Coming into the curl, looking down the body. You look into the hip as you rotate towards the hip. Center and roll back. See if you can keep the knees right above the hips. Keep the feet glued together. And last one to the left. When you get back to the center there, rest your head. You could bring your knees to your chest, or the legs could come back down to the mat. Let your head just gently roll from side to side, letting go of any tension in the neck. And then we're going to finish off some hip rolls with an opposite arm opening. So let's leave the feet on the mat for this one. Legs glued together. Arms reach up to the ceiling above each of your shoulders. Palms are turned in, but the shoulders are drawing down into the mat. Head nice and heavy on the floor. You're going to then roll the pelvis to the right. Open the left arm out to your side and turn your head to look down the length of your arm. The right arm stays to the ceiling. Come back to the center. Roll the pelvis, the legs to the left. The right arm opens down to the side. Take a breath in there and breathe out as you come back to the center. So you're breathing out. Breathe into pause. Let's do two more to each side. Just getting that lovely rotation through the lower back, but also spiraling up to the head as the head turns from side to side. Feeling that length down the side of the body, from the armpit or maybe even the little finger, all the way down and out through the opposite knee. When you come back this final time, give your knees another little hug to the chest if that feels nice for the lower back, just to release any tension. And then we're going to transition all the way over onto our tummies next. So I'm going to come up into a little rock to do that. I'm going to round my spine, take the hands behind my legs, do a few little rocks to bring myself up. And then we're going to come down onto the front. Now, you might want a head cushion for the first exercise, but you can, by all means, rest your head onto your fingertips. I'll talk you through that in a moment. We're going to start off with diamond press. So, the setup is to either have your fingertips together and your forehead resting down onto your fingertips, or if that feels quite tight around the shoulders and the upper back, have a little pillow to rest your forehead on, and then have the hands a little wider apart, so the neck and the shoulders feel much more relaxed in this position. Then let's straighten the legs behind us, and they just have a little bit of space between the feet, not too wide. And then we're going to draw the tummy towards the spine, taking a breath in. As you breathe out, the nose flies forwards towards the hands or the pillow. Lift the back of your head, peel the chest away from the mat. Take a breath in there and breathe out as you soften back to rest. Breathing in at the bottom, breathing out as you come back up. Looking down to the hands or that space between them. Arms as relaxed as possible. Try not to use the arms or the hands. The tummy always active to support the lower back as you lift the upper back. And feeling hopefully that work between the shoulder blades. We do 2 last sets. finished this one, let's focus now just on the legs. So I want you to bring your big toes together and let the heels just drop away from one another. Again, I might just show you from a different angle. This is called our big squeeze exercise, and in fact what you could do is pop a little pillow if you want between your inner thighs or between the knees. So big toes connect, upper body is really relaxed, so wherever you want to rest your head and hands, do that. Heels are flopping out, big toes are connected. And then you're going to draw the tummy to the spine, take a breath in. As you breathe out, draw the legs towards one another, squeezing the pillow between the knees or bringing the inner thighs, the knees together, and then releasing back. So you're breathing out for the squeeze, breathing in to release. Maybe the heels connect, maybe they don't. But there's definitely a sense of trying to draw the heels towards one another. Remember, again, keep the tummy active just to support the lower back in this position. And you might feel a very subtle rolling of your thigh bone inside your hip. It's really a hip mobility exercise, but actually what you'll probably feel more than anything is that strength building between the legs, in the inner thighs, up into the pelvic floor. We do 2 more sets. When you're finished there, let your forehead come down into the mat. Let your arms lengthen to your sides and the palms up to the ceiling. And you're back in that big squeeze, relaxed starting position. We're going to come into dart to finish off here. So the legs will squeeze together, the upper body lifts, the arms turn in the shoulders to bring you into this position. And then you rest all the way back down. The tummy is strong, breathing out as you come up, legs, chest, arms, breathe in there and breathe out to release. I'm just going to show you from a different angle. Keep going if you're still going, but just to show you from a slightly different side. Really focus on the arms rotating inside the shoulders. So as the legs squeeze and the chest lifts, the arms roll back in the shoulders, they reach down the legs, and the palms connect onto the sides of the legs. And then everything comes back to rest. We do just 2 more to finish. Fantastic exercise for strengthening the back of the body. The whole back line is active. Upper back, lower back, triceps, bottoms, inner thighs, heels. When you're finished, you can either roll onto your back, hug your knees to your chest, or pop your hands under your shoulders, push yourself up and all the way back into your rest position. Take some lovely big breaths here, just stretching the body out. Remember, you can bring the arms to the sides if that's more relaxing. You could rest your head on your hands if you need to. Certainly make sure the head is supported and not just hanging in space. And then when you're ready, connect your tummy. Gently roll yourself back up into low kneeling. And we're going to come up to standing to finish off. So you could, from here, come into a little crouch position, tucking the toes under, lifting the knees off the mat, and then rolling up from there as you straighten your legs. Or some of you might want to keep the back really straight and then use your legs to push yourself up. So come up as and when you need to, and I will see you back at the top. Well done for now.